So, today's episode is for the married people, couples of life, people like Mr. and Mrs. Babafemi, Mr. and Mrs. Babatunde, Mr. and Mrs. Oni, Mrs. Ajala, and co. This one is for you guys.
Nice.
So, it's no longer news that couples, we usually buy properties, husband and wife, you join your resources, and then you decide to buy land, or buy flats, or buy anything. So I'm here to talk to you today about, the intricacies of you buying property with your spouse. Don't go anywhere.
Another one.
So what am I saying? So you've decided to buy property with your husband. Fantastic. I love it. Then when it is now time for them to do the documents for the property that you are buying with your husband, please, what they write on the document? Whose name is on it? Oh, your name is there. Hey, yeah, I'm so happy for you. If by any chance the name on the document, does it go this way? Mr. and Mrs. Sheung Babafemi. That's the name. Something like that, The Mr. and Mrs., your husband's first name, and then you people's son name. That Mr. and Mrs. Sheung Babafemi. So I have a question for you. Is your name Sheung Babafemi?
Oh, hell no!
Before you answer that question, you see, a lot of married women make this mistake that once they are married, they lose their identity. It's like the identity you have, you understand? Because you are married today, your identity, just wrap it, like you just toss it out into the wind. You don't have your own identity again because you are now married. Congratulations. It is wrong. Your name should appear on the document. It is very, very important. See, I beg you in the name of God, because most of the time when you buy these properties, it's not cheap. You've worked for hours, you've done so many things, you've invested your time, and then this dream of yours has come to pass, and then because of one small mistake, you just complicate your life unnecessarily. When you were getting married to your husband, for those people that either did church or you went to registry, what was your maiden name? What was the name that people knew you as? What is the name on your birth certificate? So why is that name not showing on the documents that you are using to buy the property with your husband? Yes, I know some of you will say, oh, I've done change of name. When you did change of name, is your new name Mr. and Mrs. Babafemi? Let's assume that your name is Bose Alao. That's before marriage. And then you now married Mr. Sheung Babafemi. You understand? Your new name, yes, you change your name. If you like, you can dump the Alao. It does not do anything for me. But that Bose must be there. So your new name is now Bose Babafemi. So why is that document not reading Mr. Sheung Babafemi and Mrs. Bose Babafemi? Why Mr. and Mrs. Sheung Babafemi? That is my question, and that is my grouse. Because anybody can be Mrs. Sheung Babafemi. Yes. So let me paint some scenarios for you. Now that the document is Mr. and Mrs. Sheung Babafemi, in a couple of years, God forbid, your husband decides, I want to sell this property because I'm in need of cash. And you are of the opinion that, no, I don't want to sell my property. And then he decides to, take this decision without having any recourse to you. What are you going to do? When I say he decides to take this decision without any recourse to you, all he needs to do is to look for another girl, another woman, a second wife or something, side chick. He's your husband. He can easily forge your signature, no be today. Then he goes and sells that property behind you. Yes, it is illegal. It is. And of course, you can go to court, you can seek legal remedies, but how about you avoiding the problem from the very beginning? How about you making sure that you protect your interest from the beginning by making sure that your actual name appears on the document? Yes, there are instances where you have people that bear the same names as you. Like you can see someone that bears Bose, Alao, Kehinde. There's always one thing that is different, somehow, in this sea of human beings and all of that. There's always one tiny little difference. So if your name is Titilayo, the other person that also bears Titi, yes, of course, your name is Titilayo. It's not everybody that calls you Titilayo, they call you Titi, Titi, Titi. But there's another Titi somewhere, but our own could be Titi Lola. That is the significant difference. So you don't just go and write on the document Mrs. Titi Babafemi, and then the guy goes, maybe the other person that is dating or the other person he has married is also Mrs. Titi Babafemi. How about you write your full name, Mrs. Titilayo Babafemi, so that if the other person is coming and they want to even do guru to the answer, Titilayo and Titi Lola, are they the same thing? They are definitely not the same thing. So it saves you a whole lot of stress. So I'm giving you legal tidbits, things that you should, keep inside so that you know what to do per time. It is not bad. It's nobody is saying that you shouldn't buy property with your husband. I mean, come on. You can do so many things with your spouse, but whatever it is that you are doing, we are all human beings. So you should take necessary precautions. So some of you, it's so annoying at times that people don't pay attention to all of these things that, your lawyers or legal representatives, when they tell you, you feel, Daddy Tosin, well, Daddy Tosin will shock you. And the same thing for Daddy Tosin, Mommy Tosin himself will shock you. So you need to protect yourself. There's more to just learning how to kneel down and greet your husband and worship him and give birth to children and do this or do that. You also have to look out for yourself. There are so many legal problems that can easily be avoided. All you need to do is to take the necessary precautions. Are we together?
Hey, that's pretty good.
This advice, it goes the double-edged sword for the men too. Don't go and buy property and buy property in the name of your wife, and then at the end of the day she will come chop your eye. You now come and be saying, after everything that I've done, this one, you're on your own. No, take necessary precautions. I won't say more than that.